Almost every woman in the world is aware about pretty privilege and all the advantages that it brings, but only the women that get everything that everyone else is trying to get are aware that there are so many other privileges that are out there, and they actively work on cultivating them. These women, they get the best opportunities, the best men, the best jobs. They even get other women's men if they operate from bad intentions. And meantime, there are women that are gorgeous, drop dead gorgeous, and they still have a miserable reality just because they don't have these other privileges, because they don't know about their existence either. And I'm not blaming them, because literally nobody's talking about these privileges, but if you observe, you will notice that everything I'm saying is out there in women that you look up to, women that you follow on Pinterest, public figures, women that realize these things are everywhere and they are getting everything that is on your vision board. So I am here to not only tell you which are these privileges, but also how to start building them today. And after this video, you have no more excuses. Let's start. First privilege: you are beautiful and you act like you know that you're beautiful. It doesn't have to be your entire personality, but you have to be aware and show that you're aware in which social position you belong. Why? Because if you have privileges but you don't use them, you become the target of lustful men that will use you and envious women that will abuse you all the time. Why? Because you project this naive personality which makes people understand that you are submissive. And not only submissive, the problem isn't even submissive, it's beautiful and submissive. Now your beauty is a threat for you. If you notice, the women that don't get these disadvantages and they don't get used like this despite being beautiful, they always walk like they know that they are the shit. I know many times people look at you and you hate the fact that you're getting so much attention. Maybe you're in the gym or on the street, you're walking and everybody's staring at you. I know, it's not that fun. Many times you just don't want that attention. But if you start looking like this or avoiding eye contact just by doing this, that is like the major signal that you are submissive. If you instead keep your eyes on the horizontal level and look straight, you don't need to make eye contact with them. You just look straight and stay self-possessed. Keep your body always contained in your own space, occupy your own space. Make eye contact if you want to. If you don't appreciate a stare, stare back and look at that person in a way that makes them uncomfortable. For example, I used to hate going to the gym because men stare at me too much and it makes me uncomfortable all the time because they literally have no shame with staring. And I was also like this when I was younger. I was looking down, this and that, and they were always coming to me with inappropriate comments, thinking that they could cross my boundaries. But what I do now, I stand straight, I do my stuff with this kind of self-possession, looking at horizontal level, and these men just stare. They don't do anything else. They don't try to talk to me. I don't look approachable and they don't feel confident enough around me to come to talk to me. And this is a good thing. Like this, you scheme all these men that they just want to come to you to extract something from you, get maybe into your pants or just bother you. And all the women that will target you if you go like this, looking always down, looking always avoiding their eyes. Because even if you try to make yourself invisible, my love, you are visible. In many rooms, you are probably the most visible thing that is in there, okay? So don't act invisible, because acting invisible doesn't make you invisible. It just makes you visible, but in the wrong way. The reason why you act like this is because our society, culture, religion, everything always teaches women that if you're beautiful, you have to be humble. You cannot be vain. What is vain now? Vain is knowing that you are beautiful, that having a mirror and being able to see yourself and acting accordingly, you were given a leverage. And other people, they also have leverages and they don't care about using them. They extract from you, manipulate you, and know how to use their charm maybe, or maybe their words to do things with you and to you that you don't want to use you in some way. And they use this leverage they have. How many men are out there that you struggle to look at them, but they broke the heart of some drop dead gorgeous girl? They use their leverage on her, but she didn't use her leverage on them. The reason why they teach you to be humble is because it's convenient for them. What is convenient for society? To have a woman working 2 jobs, taking care of 3 children, cooking, cleaning, and then the man comes home and says, "Oh, but you didn't do this, but why are you wearing that?" This is how most women live, okay? And there are gorgeous women that lose their privilege, even their pretty privilege, due to this kind of men. So surprise, these people are using the leverage of influence to do this. Yes. And then your leverage of beauty, this is vain. If you have many limiting beliefs that prevent you from acting in this way, from embracing your power and your beauty and your leverage, then I can help you personally with the link down below. You can fill the form, so I come already knowing what is going on, and we start working immediately. We don't do random exercises, we go straight to the point, to the root of the problem, and we rewire the glitch that is happening in your mind so you can actually put in practice in your life everything we talk about on this channel. Second privilege. This one will cost you so much not knowing and not cultivating, that literally will make a world of difference. And this is understanding that most people you obsess over are so boring, and you are the main character that is making them interesting. So many women spend so much time of their life talking to John from Bumble for 3 weeks before he even plans a date, and then when he plans a date, it's a coffee date. And then he doesn't know how to talk about anything, he doesn't have any topic that is interesting enough, so in order to stay awake you need 3 coffees. And then by the end of the date, he tells you to do 50-50 and to pay for your coffees, and then he texts you just enough for you to go on a second date with him, and hopefully he can get in your pants. This is what most women entertain for a little bit of this dopamine, this feeling that someone is texting you, someone wants you, and these women have so much potential that is being wasted. Why? Because this time that you spent with John, other women that have the privilege of understanding that most people are boring, they are spending, investing into their knowledge, into their skills, into their brains. And then they find a man that does the same. And when they come together, that man can help them with so many things, can actually provide them knowledge to grow their income, to become better as a woman, and actually adds up to their lives. They build friendships with women that actually can add something to them as well. For example, in my relationship, my man knows so many things that I don't know, and that would take me so much time to learn and to understand, because there are some things that simply are not my strength. I have other strengths that I can teach him and help him with, but there are things that only he knows how to do, and if he couldn't help me with those things, I will have to learn that on my own, waste my time, waste my energy, or pay someone to do them. But because he invested a lot of time learning, knowing, and doing interesting things, being an interesting person, now I have a man that can actually help me. If I would have wasted my time on John from Bumble, I will have to do everything on my own, and on top of that, babysit a man. But that's the thing, when you understand how boring these people are, you can actually have privileges. Privilege number 3 is healing your relationship with beauty and privilege. So, other women that are beautiful and privileged feel comfortable around you, and they feel safe, and you can bloom together. You can bloom even more when you are in each other's energy. Why I'm saying this? Because most women, they resent deeply privilege. They don't like the idea that someone can have things easier, and that's how they make things more complicated for themselves as well. If you unconsciously resent beauty and privilege, you will always attract only women in your life that don't have any beauty, don't have any privilege, or they have only drama. But in general, these women cannot add anything to your life. They cannot make you better. They can only learn from you, take from you, use you. Because yes, women use you much more than you can ever imagine. You are always the smartest friend, the prettiest friend, the free therapist, the free coach, free everything. But you never benefit from those connections. They don't even try to make you benefit. That is not a good place to be. And on top of that, these women will always block you from raising, because every time you go a little bit more up, they will get distant, or they will push you down by making you overeat, making you feel stupid for your efforts to become more beautiful or more successful. They will always make you feel stupid for wanting the things that you want and for working how hard you work. And oh my god, when I didn't have this privilege, one of the worst things happened to me. When I was in high school, I had this group of friends that I really wanted to fit in with them. They were my friends for like 5 years more or less, and I always really wanted to fit with them as much as they fitted with each other. But somehow, I never did. The moment that I elevated my life, I moved out of my hometown to another country where I wanted to live, then all of them cut me out extremely abruptly. Now, 8 years from then, they are still doing the same things every day that we used to do when we were 20 or 17. Literally, their life looks the same. Yes, they have a job, they go to college, whatever, but their entertainment, their social life, their everything else is the same. Their mentality is the same. And I'm telling you because one of these girls was my best friend for 6 years. This girl was with me 24/7. We were basically living together. This girl completely ghosted me the moment I left. And I swear on my life, she had more money than me. But I told her if she was feeling insecure about the risks that were required in order to move abroad, I could have kept her in my house, fed her with my food, and helped her with the documents, giving her so many privileges that I didn't have. That I had to work my ass off for all of these things, a lot. So I told her, don't worry, I'll take care of you until you get yourself on your feet. And what she did, she still ghosted me. She couldn't even stand the fact that I was happy, that I upgraded my life so much that she had to disappear from my life. Now I'm grateful because women like this are so uncomfortable around girls that are strong and build their own privilege, and in the end they only end up harming themselves. They lose their privilege like this, and you can tell that this girl was extremely sad about staying there. Every weekend she was crying because she was living in this small town. She is still living there, but back then she would cry almost every day about this, and she would have really like almost depression about being there. So it's not like I was forcing something onto her. I was literally handling them like this, something that she wanted and that I had to earn for myself. So understand the cost of not being surrounded by the right women. In order to prevent this from happening to you, you need to really start using your privilege, to see your beauty as power. And like this, you focus so much on yourself that you don't have time to be jealous of other women. You look at her and you think, wow, she has this, then let me see how I can get it for myself. Because you see as much value in yourself as you see in her. You get inspired instead of jealous, and so you open yourself up to learn from women that are doing better than you, and that energy is contagious. Even now I have friends that they do better than me in some things, I do better than them in other things, and we always inspire each other. We don't keep anything. We really grow together, and these are the kind of relationships that you need in your life. You don't need to be anybody's therapist, anybody's coach. Next is being extremely passionate about yourself. This is the privilege that allows you to be with yourself for doesn't matter how much time without ever getting bored or feeling lonely, because you know yourself so deeply and you can meet your needs so accurately that you don't think that you need someone else in order to be happy, to feel entertained, because you can get these things like clicking a button. You know which action to take for which emotional need. Most women, they think that they need this man to be happy, they need this job to be happy, but really what you need to be happy is to know how to provide certain feelings for yourself without any of the outer circumstances changing. You know what makes you feel successful, what makes you feel relaxed. You know what moves the needle towards your best life. You know what makes you sleep better, what relieves your jaw pain. Anything, you know all of these things about yourself, and you really have the remote control of how you feel. This requires observing yourself for a long period of time with total focus and honesty, and building a life around your strengths and your weaknesses. This will make you that bad bitch that never lets go of her goals, that doesn't even have on her menu giving up. And no matter how many problems she has on her path, she is never going to fall off. For example, my partner and I, we usually live together all the time, but we had very unfortunate paperwork problems that put us in a long distance relationship multiple times in our relationship. Now this is probably already the fourth time, and every time it happens for months. All the other times that this happened, I went in a crisis. I didn't know how to regulate myself without co-regulating with him. I didn't really know how to click all my buttons for myself. Therefore, when I knew that this would happen again, I started working on getting to know myself even while I was with him so deeply, to study myself so much that now, when I'm here alone this time, I don't feel sad anymore. I don't feel deprived of anything. I just know this is a step towards the life that I want. And now I found out that the time that we were supposed to be separated now is doubled. So imagine, this usually would have put me through a big crisis. I would cry, I would feel depressed, but this time my first instinct was, okay, let me see what I can do by being in this city for longer. So now the way I think is not, oh wait, what do I do? How I do not give up? How do I even handle this? No, now I think, okay, let me see what I can do with what I have. And what is the privilege? The fact that so many people tell me, why are you still in this relationship? Why are you still going through all of this? I could never be in a relationship where I have to be far apart for so long, or that I have to travel so much. And you know what I think? This is where my privilege is. Because I have this man that I trust, that I love, that I cultivated this beautiful, respectful relationship with, and I know that what I have with him is rare. And obviously, I'm not going to let go of this just because life puts obstacles on my path. Because life is always going to do this. Always. But then there are the people that learn how to use these obstacles to move forward. And there are people that simply give up because they don't know how to self-regulate. And many times they end up creating more problems while trying to solve one. So when you master self-centeredness, you become the woman that knows how to keep her blessings while building more blessings, because she is the one that she relies on. She's not relying on anybody saving her, anybody taking care of her 24/7. And she accepts being taken care of in any way that is possible, but she doesn't need it. She can be on her own. She can fulfill her own needs. The next very life-changing privilege is feminine woman privilege, which is the privilege of being able to step back from the need of proving yourself, to prove that you are better, that you know more, and allowing people to step in and help you, even if you don't need their help. Why? Because people get attached to you more when they do things for you, rather than when you slave yourself for them, trying to please them. That doesn't bond them. The bond is created the moment that they're putting their energy in you, and their focus flows where their energy goes. And if their energy went to you, Now these people are going to create attachment towards you. What does this mean? You will have the privilege of having safe relationships where you feel taken care of, provided for, loved. Yes, this happens all the time in friendships with men in every possible way. There is literally no harm in allowing someone to think that they know more than you, or they are better at something that you also know how to do it, even if you don't need that help. Let those people do things for you. You don't have to feel dumb or incapable just because someone is offering their help to you. And this also makes you spare so many energies. Honestly, like, what's even better than this? But yet so many women are so afraid of looking inferior. This is just because you have a block in your mind that is making you feel inferior already. So this thing is only confirming your block. But in reality, nobody is thinking you are inferior just because someone is helping you. Not even the person that is helping you. Privilege number 6 is being a little bit manipulative and cold. Sounds bad, I know. But all women with social power have this. They can do something that is called cold thinking. They know when it's time to be their real self and when it's time to be cold and strategic. And this skill always gets you what you want. And women with this privilege, they can sit at the table with another woman, another person that they genuinely don't like, but without ever showing it, without throwing shade at this person with other people, without ever making themselves vulnerable in order to expose the other person. They create space for this person to show to others who they truly are. Emotional women, they create unnecessary conflict, they lose their poise, and they end up making all the other people defend the villain. They end up pushing all the people around them towards the side of the villain. Why? Because they try to expose things that other people can see. And then they get told, but you are imagining this. This is just in your head. You should not overthink so much. Yeah, because you are not allowing the other person to expose themselves, to do something that is worth mentioning. Smart women have containment and they move like everything is a chess match. They wait for their adversary to make mistakes in front of others, to get so into their feelings that they expose themselves on their own. And then they come out clean. And the last one and the most important that I want to leave you with, I always leave the most important for the end because it's somehow of a wrap that leaves you with a mindset that maybe clicks and then you take it with you. But not being afraid of your own presence. This is the biggest privilege you can create for yourself. Why? Because women that have a lot of presence, they always threaten others. And every time that you want to glow up more or you want to elevate yourself, people will guilt trip you. They will feel threatened by the fact that how is that she already has so much and now she wants even more. And it's very easy to fall for this. Maybe you are fit and beautiful, but you want to gain some pounds or to lose some pounds. And people are like, but you really don't need this, you already look good. Or you want to get some kind of a beauty enhancement. And they're like, what? No, you look better now, you will look worse later. Almost no one looks worse after a beauty enhancement. That's why it's called beauty enhancement. But it's almost like the pretty girl doesn't have the right to get even prettier, because you have to meet their standards. Why? Because they think you're not going to be relatable anymore for them. And that's why they get mad. It's not because you are doing something wrong. If you want to get some enhancement, you have the right to be as beautiful as you possibly can, okay? And you have the right to enjoy the years you are living now, because they're not going to come back. These people, when you will be 80 and you will look back, they will not give you back the years that you wasted below your full potential just because someone thought it was too much or someone got uncomfortable. Make today your prime. You know, so many people also come to me and say, but you should not enhance your lips in this way with overlining because your lips are this and that and now you look like a whore. Okay, to your standards you look like a whore. But then why do I have to meet your standards? You can meet your own standards and I will meet my standards. Because maybe your standards are what is similar to you. My standards are the girls maybe that I see on Pinterest and they save on my boards what I want for myself, what makeup I like, what hair I like, how I want to customize myself. And then I do it. But do I come to you and tell you, your lips are thin, you should really do something about it. Maybe you should over contour them or something. No, because I don't care. I embrace my own beauty, you can embrace your own beauty, and everybody's going to be happy. And the privilege doesn't come from having a little bit more lips or less, or being a little bit more enhanced or not. It's not that people will treat you better just because now you have 2 centimeters less on your waist, but at the same time, the way that you feel yourself will project a certain confidence that will open doors for you and that will keep you inside once they are already open. And this is all about how you see yourself, how you perceive yourself, and then people perceive you the way that you perceive yourself. Many girls that are gorgeous, they don't perceive themselves like that, and that's why they allow people to treat them like they are not like that, and they don't embrace their leverage. They just allow other people to use their leverage on them. So yeah, this is what I want to leave you with. Make peace with your full potential, okay? I see many of you tell me that my videos really make some things click that you never understood before, that why some women get these things, so I decided to make even more videos more specific about these things that you want to understand. I love you so much, and I will, as usual, see you in the comments, talk to you in the comments, and see you in my next video.